Hi, it's Jocelyn Jovan with Black Enterprise, and today I have the honor and the pleasure of speaking with singer, songwriter, actress, reality star, entrepreneur. The list goes on and on. Miss Kandi Burruss, how are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm so excited to speak with you. I'm so excited for the new show. I'm a big
Me too.
fan. It's been a long time coming. The trailer looks explosive. What can we expect from Kandi and the Game?
Explosions. No, I'm just kidding. No, really. It's the show is so good. It's so unique and different from what we've seen in TV, period, and on Bravo, I'm so excited to be able to do this show with not only the people that work in the restaurant, but my family. I have a lot of family that work in the restaurant. So, you have my mama, who y'all been seeing her on Real Housewives for years now, and my birthday aunt Nora. But then when you get the rest of my cousins, Patrick, Melvin, and then some of this cast, Chandrika is a whole lot, as well as, Philip and Torin and Brian. Oh, honey, they are walking TV. They deserve to be on television. So I just always tell people, everybody that's in my circle, they're very transparent. They don't mind sharing what's happening in their lives, from everything from, obviously, the attitudes are crazy, but and it's a lot of relationships that happen, that they dealing with over there. But then you also have, people who have real situations that they're dealing with. Brian, he was very transparent about, trying to overcome substance abuse and things that he's going through in his life. But then he's a whole comedian too. So it's like you get this emotional part, but then you get this whole funny part. It's everything. The other thing that I really love about our show that's different is that we have more men on our show than most reality shows. Most of the time it's all about, the women, but this time we got a lot of men and a men perspective. So I love that. And I think it's unique.
It's been a long time coming. How long have you been in talks of doing this show, this type of show in particular?
Well, Todd actually had the idea years ago when we first opened our restaurant. So that had to be at least 4 years ago when we were opening Old Lady Gang. He wanted to do a show about the restaurant. He had hit up the production company and our network. And at the time they were like, maybe. And then a couple of years later, we actually had started filming. The same week we started filming was, well, the week of filming happened, and then boom, the pandemic happened, and everybody had to shut down, and we had to go into our homes. So we thought that the show wasn't going to happen anymore after that. Like, we had kind of like was sad about it. It was like, oh man, it was going to be good, and we went on about our lives, not really knowing if the opportunity would come back, and it did. So I was like, you know what? For everybody out there who has an idea that you really believe in and you can't wait for it to come together, and you have a lot of obstacles that come in the way, don't even worry about it. Keep going, because it's gonna come when it's supposed to happen. It's gonna happen.
That's right. And you said that your team is really transparent on the show. How were they going into this experience? Were they nervous at all? They knew what was going to
Yeah.
come.
Well, I think a lot of them, were nervous. I think the person who's the most nervous probably will be Philip, because here's the crazy thing. Okay, so during the last 2 years, obviously, the world has been a little crazy. A lot of restaurants have been having issues with, finding employees and different things like that. It's just been tough. So we were going through it over here. Okay, I know some people say I make it look easy in business, but we were stressed out plenty of days. And I had reached out to Philip. Well, I talked to someone who was in the restaurant industry, and they knew Philip. And they were like, what, I have somebody that might be able to consult you. So he really just came to consult me to get my, staff in order and my restaurant in order for like a few months. And when I tell you, he came in like a wrecking ball, like whipping them into shape at our steak restaurant at Blaze. And so we were like, well, would you mind coming over to Old Lady Gang and getting them into shape? And he was like, cool. But he had no idea that that would turn into him being on TV. So he was a little nervous. He still is. But when I tell you he came, I keep telling he is the king of shade.
Oh
He's
my
the king of shade. He can't help it. That's just who he is. He's like so quick with the comebacks. like kind of similar to Kenya. You know how Kenya will
Oh,
read you
yeah.
in an intelligent way, but read you down.
Yes.
That's kind of how I feel. How Philip be doing people.
Ooh, okay. It sounds like I got my favorite. But who do you think so far is going to be that fan favorite? Who do you think is going to attract the most support?
Oh, that's tough. I mean, I love everybody. Don't get me wrong. But one person that I know, well, two people that I know has been standing out a lot to different people that I talked to. Chandrika, she is our hostess with the mostest, and she, um, child, that attitude is something else. But they talk. The funny thing is, like when people give us reviews, sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, the food is good," but that hostess, y'all need to let. Well, now you get to meet her. Her name is Chandrika. So her and then Brian. Brian is one of our servers. When I tell you he is everything, honey, everything.
I'm so excited. And just even hearing, I know with the dynamic of the personalities, seeing that come to Bravo, it's going to be something new for the audience coming into
Yeah.
from the housewives community. So I'm really excited about that. So now we
Yes.
have the OLG aunties and the OLG like younger staff.
Yes.
Who's bringing the most drama? Because we already know what between your mom and her sisters.
Ooh, that's a good question. Okay, the staff brings the most drama. Well, wait, hold on. No, we had a moment with the family just kind of went out of control on one of those episodes. It's about even. It's about even. Normally, I say the old ladies, they give me the commentary. I'm here for the commentary with them.
Yes.
But at the same time, one of those episodes, they had brought the drama too, for real, you know. So we'll see. But the staff, they're walking drama. It's crazy.
Here for it. So now when it comes to you and Todd, do you think viewers coming from the housewives community will have a different portrayal of you two, seeing you in your a boss role on Kandi and the Gang?
I think so. I think because the simple fact is, like, when it comes to business, everybody knows that, you know, I am a businesswoman, but I feel like they probably think that I would be a little bit more stern with the staff. And really, I probably have too much compassion and too soft on them. You know what I mean? Whereas Todd, he's hardcore. He'd be like, like they gotta go. Cut, goodbye. And me, I'm like, no, give him another chance, you know. So people probably be like, how did she let all these people get away with this stuff and still
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's good. So now, you know, like you were mentioning, you had been in talks with the network for some time, and then they kind of were interested, but you know, it picked up. You were filming right ahead of the pandemic. Then the
Yeah.
pandemic hit. Then at the same time, we saw the climate that happened in the country, even as it relates to Bravo with, you know, they had some past firings on other shows. Do you feel that helped expedite Kandi and the Gang? And
No.
how do you no, not at all.
Well, like I said, we had already been filming before it happened.
Right.
So we had already had the crew, they had already approved the budget. Everything was already in play right before the pandemic hit. So that had nothing to do with our show. As far as like with everybody bringing more awareness to needing more diversity and equality in the workplace and all that type of stuff, that was something that was very important to me. And I actually reached out to the network after I had always talked about things that I felt like needed to be fixed. Like I'm opinionated, but I definitely had a real long email that I sent to the head of the network right after the George Floyd situation, because I feel like everybody contributes in a different way, right? And how to uplift us as the Black people. And my way is to make sure that we're able to have more opportunity in business. And I felt like there wasn't enough shared opportunity in my own network, which is where I call home. And so I spoke out and I basically told them I need to see more diversity on the executive staff, in the production companies that you hire, all of these different things. And they heard what I said. They have definitely started putting action into it, hiring more of us to have these opportunities and spread and just add more equality to the network.
That's important. You know, looking at, I'm a fan. When I say I'm a fan, I'm a fanatic. So I've been one of those that's been vocal about, you know, more housewives being able to have spinoffs, particularly as it pertains to businesses. And you know, we see there's one housewife that she's had a spinoff for years, following her business. And when it comes to yours, you've been running businesses for some time. This isn't something you just started doing. What do you think caused the delay in allowing you to have a spinoff like some of the other housewives?
Okay, well, this is what I say to that. Well, first of all, I've had a lot of specials.
You did.
You know, so they've done a lot of specials with me. So I do not feel like I can complain about anything. Like, you know, at this point, I think I've had more than any other housewife or any other personality on the network. So when people say, oh, they don't show love, or, you know, there is a lack of, you know, opportunity for Black women, I cannot say that. I'm a Black woman and I've had plenty of opportunity here at Bravo. What I will say is, I think the difference is we have to remember that we have to speak up for ourselves. We have to pitch our own ideas and not wait on anybody to do it for us. So if we're speaking on Lisa Vanderpump, she pitched that to the network. You know what I mean? Her company, that she pitched that to the network. The same as with me, all the specials and stuff that, you know, we had done before, I pitched them to the network. Where when I first pitched the idea for Candy Factory years ago, and they were open to doing it. Me and my husband Todd, once we got together as a team, we pitched multiple. You've seen the ski trip, you've seen you know, multiple things we've done, candy coated nights and different stuff that we've done through the network. And that's because we actually, sometimes we do a full write-up, we send it to them with different ideas that can be done. My husband is a producer, so he knows how it's supposed to look and what the setup is supposed to be. So I guess I got a little advantage in that point. But my point is, even before I had my husband, I remember I had the idea for Candy Coated Nights and Candy Factory. And it was only like my first year as being a housewife, maybe my second. And I reached out to Andy Cohen and I was like, hey, you know, would you mind sitting down with me and me pitching you some of my ideas? And he was more than open. But sometimes, what they say, closed mouths don't get fed. You cannot be scared. Do not be fearful to reach out and let it be known, hey, I have an idea. I would love for you to check it out. Maybe you can't go straight to the executive at the network level. Maybe you can go to your production company. However you do it, put together a presentation. Don't just think that just because you hot or people like you, that people just supposed to throw the opportunity in your lap. It doesn't work like that, you know? So for me, I know that I'm a person that I've always tried to make the opportunity for myself. You know what I mean? Even if you think, oh, well, she's not the funniest, she's not the this, she's not the that, I'm going to outwork all of you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go hard to go home in everything I do. So I think that's the difference. We have to stop thinking, oh, just because this person, you think they deserve it because you like them. That's great that we like them, but they have to take initiative to say, okay, this is what I'm putting together, this is what I'm presenting. And even if that didn't work there, okay, well, I can take it to this other network and chop stuff and do stuff too.
That's right. Look, you just dropped a couple of keys too. Some keys, some jewels. I hope they picked it up. So now back to the OLG staff. They're about to, a lot of them are about to appear on reality television for the first time. And you've been on TV for some time. You've been a celebrity for, a great amount of time. I'm not trying to age you.
Well, no, I'm okay with it. This is actually, because we just wrapped, we just finished filming season 14. It hasn't come out yet, but of Real Housewives. So it is my 13th season straight with Real Housewives. Yeah.
Veteran over here. And do you think that once the views start coming in and now the fans are going on people's pages and leaving comments, do you think that it could potentially create more tension between your staff that actually work there?
For sure. I know how it works and they don't. And so that's something that I've been really worried about. I talked to Don Juan about it. I talked to Todd. I'm like, should we sit them down and let them know, like, don't let the people get under your skin? Because I've had to figure out how to deal with the negativity and how not to get hyped because some of the fans hype you up to, get mad at the other person and stuff. So, the thing about reality TV is you go through things 3 times. When it happens, when you watch it back on TV, and then you go through it again once you do the reunion, right? Each time you get mad all over again, like it just happened for the first time. And you have to remember, like, if you get mad with this person and y'all made up, try to stick to that. Don't try not to let them gaslight you once you see it play back on the TV show, which sometimes it does, because then you hear things that you didn't know they said behind your back. You see, all that stuff. So I think it's inevitable. It will happen within my own cast. Hell, excuse me. My family are still mad about, like, they had a disagreement during taping. And I was trying to sit with them to do a speak on it. And girl, they fell out again. And I'm like, that happened months ago. Why are you still mad? The commercial is on TV. People, like, why are you mad? You should be fine now. They still mad. So it's like, I know when it plays back again, when it actually comes on TV, they're gonna be mad again. So
yeah, it is what it is.
It's inevitable.
It's inevitable. Yeah. So how much different would you say filming Kandi and the Gang was to filming Housewives of Atlanta?
Okay, so for me, it was slightly better, because I would say that Kandi and the Gang is not as much about me as it is more so about the staff and my family, right? Definitely me and Todd are all throughout there, don't get me wrong, but it's not as much pressure on us because there's so much going on with them that, we get to, like, kind of help maneuver the situations that are happening, but we are not necessarily the drama that's happening, you know what I mean? So with the Housewives, it's constant stress and ready to blow up on some folks on a consistent basis. Although I will say this season, well, no, I had a moment I was about to blow up on somebody, but I did actually. We was going crazy on each other. It wasn't physical. The words was really below the belt though. It was terrible. But what I'm saying is, it was a better season, meaning throughout this past season, I think a lot of us were really trying to make real efforts to have relationships, build friendships with each other that wasn't just when we were filming, like when we were outside of filming, still checking on each other, still doing stuff together. And I feel like you will be able to see the difference.
Okay. So it'll be a little bit more of a genuine friendship dynamic in season 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's going to be some real support throughout. I mean, don't get me wrong now, they're going to be falling out and stuff like that. Like everybody, it wasn't just me. It was some other fallouts in this season. But I feel like we genuinely, especially as we started, we're genuinely trying to get to know one another. For sure. Like, I never really had I'm always weird when I'm around new people or whatever. This is just me in real life. But I would have to say, like, Sanya Richardson, she really made it a point to really get to know us and really like, hey, Kandi, like, what's up? Let's go to do this. Let's do that. And I was like, oh, she really want to hang out for real, not just when we film this show. Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? So, and there were some things that, different people had to get called out on, and the other thing that I've just gone into a tangent about Real Housewives, but my point is, it's been different this year with Housewives, but it is tougher when you're filming with your family because you're more passionate about it.
Right.
But luckily for me, I didn't have to be so in the mix of the drama because it was more about the family and the people that work in the restaurant than it was me.
Right. So now with Housewives, the upcoming season, you mentioned Sanya, but what are we also getting from Sheree's return and Marlo finally holding a piece?
Everything. Okay, let me say, Sheree, when she decided to come back, she came back. Okay, Sheree came back ready to let everybody know like she is the queen of this season. Okay, I'm gonna give her props. I'm gonna give Sheree her props because when I tell you, I appreciated the fact that she was so open and so transparent about what was going on in her life and her relationship. And normally, I feel like Sheree is a private person, but not this year. She came in like, you know what? I'm letting y'all see everything that's going on, what I'm dealing with. And, even we all invested in this whole She by Sheree and wanted to finally see it come together. So all of that, dealing with her in personal life and business, she came with it. She came with it. So I have to give it to her. And Marlo, that dang on Marlo. She finally got that peach. She deserved that peach. At one point, I was mad at the dang on peach other than her and that rotten peach. No, I'm just kidding. I love Marlo. We fixed it. We in a better place. We had went down a black hole for a quick second.
A black hole. Woo.
A black hole, honey. It was bad. It was bad, but we in a better place. Another thing I will say, she was transparent as well. We get to meet her mama. Oh. Finally. All these years we've heard about it, but we finally meet her this year. So I felt like it was a lot of moments where we was like, wow, okay.
Good. Yes, good. Because season 13, it was, and I get it because it was, it was filmed during the height of the lockdown. So I get it.
Yeah.
We are ready. Everything you just said, we are ready for it. So now, outside of Housewives, I've also just been watching the clips and the pictures you and your group members in Escape have been posting from your tour. And
okay, yeah.
What's that been like? And even like the little guest appearances from Harris. What's it been like?
Harris. Yes. We've only been doing spot dates lately because we did the tour that was a couple of years ago, and now we still do shows together here and there. So we did a couple of shows recently that you saw me post. And little Eris, honey, she got a voice on her. Like I think her future is bright, and we definitely can expect her to be on the stage performing as an artist with her own music, one day or whatever. And so I love her. I love Eris. Her and Ace, they love hanging out together. They like best friends.
Oh my gosh, cool. It's so cute just seeing like your new offspring, the Escape offspring kids, and you're very transparent as well with just your mothering journey as a businesswoman, as just a high in demand. The video you recently posted about Blaze. And you bring her to school with the wrong costume. How are you managing everything that you do and, just still putting a smile on your face?
I'm managing everything I do and I be messing up sometimes. That's what you got a chance to see. Like, I don't always have it together. I try. I've been trying to keep it together and do my best at it, but sometimes I drop the ball. But she was cute, though. She was cute. I had sent her to school with that little... And she was, it was a program for her Black History Month program. And she was supposed to be Gabby Douglas. So I sent her to school with a whole leotard on. She was cute. And it was not the day to wear it. Ever the teacher texted me like, this is not
that day. Wrong day.
Yeah, but it was funny though. I was like, oh. Okay.
Of everything that you've already done, your success in music, the Grammys, movies, television. I watch you in The Chi. You do such a great job too. Having your own businesses. Is there anything that you haven't done that you want to do, or have you done it all?
Oh, no, I have definitely not done it all. It's still like, I feel like it's a lot of things that I've done that I just touched the surface and that I'm really trying to get better at. I want to do more acting. I want to have my own talk show one day. I want to have just do movies. And I want to produce some of my own movies. My husband and I have been working on some things. And I'm really excited about that, we quietly working, just wait till it come, and then I can tell you all about it.
I'm excited. And just my last question, I want to know, I know it's a little early, but can we expect a season 2 of Kandi and the Gang and a reunion?
Don't know yet. Like, I guess it's too early for them to tell me, but hopefully I just pray that the fans really support the show and that everybody tunes in And then hopefully we get that reunion, because I'm sure they're gonna need it.
Yeah.
And then, as well as hopefully season 2 is, we're just gonna go ahead and speak it. I'm just gonna go ahead and claim it. Yes, season 2 will be coming. Yes, let's go ahead and claim it. Yes, Jesus, come on, give it to us.
Thank you so much, Kandi. You're so awesome. It's great meeting you in person. I've always been a fan, and you're even better in person.
Thank you.